There's not another voicemail.
Cue intro, I guess. Not cute anymore.
You'll be sorry, you fools! You idiots!
Ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
I don't know about you, Miss Kitty, but I feel so much yummier.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it.
And welcome back, Beardos.
That's right, guys. I think that it's time for another lunch break here at Beards and Sundries, the shop where three gay men with beards do inventory on a new sundry in each episode.
My name is Jay, and I think I'll go buy TikTok and sell it to Elon Musk for $100 billion.
Ooh.
There we go, I'm done.
I'm Anthony, and I too have seen videos on the internet.
Porn.
Right.
And I'm Joe, and a girl that I follow has almost 6,000 unreleased videos in her drafts.
Jesus Christ.
And that means that today's sundry item is the TikTok ban. Beardos, we are currently recording today's episode on Wednesday, January 15th, and the Supreme Court adjourned today before they could reach a decision. They had to get to Country Kitchen Buffet so they could beat the 4 p.m. dinner rush.
Right.
So, as of right now, TikTok is still an active app with no restrictions in place. That may have changed by the time today's episode comes out, but we are still going to talk about a fun time that we've had with the little app that started out as a music and dancing app and has become so much more because of all the commotion it has caused. After the break, a check-in on Dry January and what we have been doing to fill that void, and then later I've got something for us to check out that I've been excited about for months. Finally, for game time today, Anthony is back at the helm, trying helplessly to guide Jay and I to victory once again. But before we jump ship to another video sharing app, how about this week's lack of a voicemail?
What's new?
It's so fun.
Next part of the episode.
Yeah.
Super fun.
Something aisle 4.
Yeah. Do you think we could find some Beardos in aisle 4? I think they've all gone.
I don't know. I think we're fresh out. But if you guys are new to the show and you're wondering just what the hell a sundry is, the term comes from an Old English word meaning odds and ends. Now today, it's used mainly in retail as a way to group together items that don't typically have a group of their own. So, as three scrolling gay men with beards, we are using the term to group together the wide range of topics that we cover.
Wow. That was incredible. That was so much better than any voicemail we've ever gotten recently.
It was so much better than the voicemails this season.
Yeah. Except maybe the first one.
Yeah.
We did.
What are we,
have one
0-3? Oh, we did? Oh, yeah.
No, we're
forgot.
1-3. 1-3.
It was left over from last season, so.
Yeah.
Oh. Sounds like a new one needs to be made.
It sounds like somebody needs to call in at least 2025.
If no one calls, next week's episode is just going to be the cash register over and over and over again for an hour.
It'll be that intro to that British TV show from the 70s called Are You Being Served? I don't know if you've ever heard of that show.
No.
Jay, every so often you'll bring up the weirdest bit of pop culture that you know from before the First World War that you were probably there for.
The reason it popped in my head is because you're listening to a cash register ching through the entire thing.
Oh.
It's part of the rhythm to the song.
Oh.
I suggest going and listening to it just to get your little, your little 70s boner.
Did you pay with a traveler's check, Jay?
Yes.
Did you go to Yugoslavia when it was still a country?
My God.
Jay said, Istanbul is still Constantinople because Istanbul has not been invented because I'm old as fuck. He's the youngest one. It's the funniest part of all of this.
That's true. I'm the youngest one, and I bring out the oldest stuff.
You
He's
really
72.
do. Hey. I feel like this episode's going to be you and Jay talking about TikTok and me being like, wow, TikTok, you were on that app.
Anthony will be like, you showed me that video once, Joe.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is going to be.
So let's take a look at TikTok. So this started as an app called Musical.ly, and it was musical.ly, I think. And this was back
That's
in
what this was?
Jay? Like, yeah, it used to be Musical.ly.
I didn't know that.
Shit, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
it stemmed from that app.
Oh, damn. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, and that's why it was so music forward and dancing forward, is because it came from that app.
I'll never forget sometime prior to me getting on the TikToks, which was either 2019 or 20. I don't recall. But I was watching local news in the morning for some reason because I had nothing going on in my life. And this girl was on there, and I do not know what she was on there for, but the local news managed to bring on some people that she loved and followed on TikTok. And she was just like, oh my God, I love you so much on TikTok. And the kids were just like, yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, what the local news doing about this shit? This is so weird to me. But that's also when I thought it was literally just a dancing app.
It used to be, and that's why there was such a huge emphasis on putting a sound or music over your videos, is because that's what it was for. It was designed to make, like, music.
I thought it was like a karaoke thing. I thought people would get on there and be like, I sing so well, let me show you. And then they would not sing very well. It's kind of like Jay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, don't cry. Yeah. Don't cry.
You're so right.
Don't cry. At least it's not your job.
That's a weird half cry.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Nobody's paying you for it. And nobody's paying you any mind either.
And that's
okay.
what RuPaul always says. If they're not paying your bills, then don't pay them no mind.
Right. And maybe don't sing. That's what RuPaul says.
Maybe
to
never
you.
open your mouth. Never open your mouth if you can't handle singing right.
I didn't realize that was Musical.ly. Huh.
Didn't either.
The more
I
you
learned
know.
something new today. Now
Wait.
Anthony can relate.
Now I can relate? No, I can't. I didn't even use... No. I know of Musical.ly. I don't really know what Musical.ly was. I always assumed it was a karaoke thing. And I just assumed it was like people who were on there like my ex, whose name shall not be named, but you guys both know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Joe, what got you interested in getting TikTok?
So, TikTok had a really big resurgence during COVID because a lot of people were inside, isolating, quarantining, and they had nothing to do, supposedly. So they were using this app to, like, learn dances and teach each other dances and make little videos. And it turned from that into, like, channels becoming small businesses and channels getting realized and recognized and pulled by dancing companies and artists and people making a living off of it, and major news networks having their own pages, and just becoming a huge source of information and funny videos and just education, really. I mean, because a lot of the younger generations aren't finding what they want to learn at school, so they're turning to TikTok because they can just search for something and there's infinite number of videos about it. Now, the danger comes from people who are using it with ill intent, who are probably going to intentionally lead people astray or try to get people to, believe what they want them to believe. But
You mean like politics?
You mean like church?
right, exactly. So
You mean like
that's,
everything?
That's the argument
You mean
for
like the
it.
American education system?
You
You mean
That's the
jingoism?
government?
Oh,
So
sorry that we're interrupting your podcast.
I don't think you are. So that turned into, like, the argument for it was that this is a reliable source for people to get information when they can't get it anywhere else. So as long as you're building up your algorithm, your page or whatever, and your recommended videos and whatever, and just scrolling through ads, I don't see a lot of harm in it.
So, what got you on TikTok?
I just was watching some videos one day and made a profile. I think.
That's kind of what happened to me. I was like scrolling Insta, and I kept noticing that the. Oh, what?
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Oh,
Sorry.
I kept noticing that the videos that I laughed at and liked a lot had the little TikTok logo on it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, what the fuck? I should just go to the source. And that is how I got addicted to the dopamine rushes of TikTok.
I feel like I could pretty well guess, and I know that neither of you probably know it for sure, but I'll bet that thirst trap videos had something to do with the account creation on TikTok.
Weirdly, no, not at all for me.
No. That's how I got started on Tumblr and Twitter.
Maybe my problem is that the internet is for porn to me.
That's all
I use the internet browser because I know what I'm looking for porn. So I use either that or X, which I still haven't gotten rid of yet because it hasn't done anything to me yet.
Joe, Brazilian fart porn.
I don't have to search anymore. It's just on my videos.
I got to introduce my coworker to that the other day, by the way, which was incredible. Oh my God. I was like, I thought for sure everybody had seen that episode of South Park, and apparently not. And oh my God. I was like, I'm going to send this to you, but I'm not going to send it on our work computer. I'm going to message you via Messenger. And so, yeah, don't look it up on the computer. Just,
It's kind of like one of the top episodes because they do such a good job at expressing what losing internet feels like and how dramatic it feels in your head. So that episode's perfect. And then, yeah, I just fucking love that episode.
Do you want the air date for that episode?
Oh,
Please.
God.
It's 2006.
April 16th, 2008.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Not a lot's changed.
I thought it was going to be at least the 2010s.
No.
Yeah, you'd think so. It could have been yesterday for how funny and relevant that it is.
Yeah,
It's
apparently so.
Still relevant. God, that's
I just
such a
love
good
that
episode.
they go and they unplug it and they plug it back in and it just fixes it.
No, the government's doing it like, what is it, aliens or no?
No, they're reasoning with it. It's a giant router, and they're like, it won't listen to reason, and they're trying to use the keyboard from
Yes.
Encounters of the Third Kind and the flashing
That's what it
lights.
is. I was like, what is that from?
And is
Yeah.
it like it's either Stan or Kyle that when they get to
Kyle.
the router, they unplug it and they plug it back in and it fixes it.
It's Kyle
And
that
it's just-
fixes it because Stan's family is so obsessed with all their devices that Stan's with his family in California, just trying to get one page of internet.
Also,
Out California way.
Yeah,
the little side story of Shelly and her internet boyfriend,
and
and how they literally run
boyfriend.
into each other there, and they're just like, oh, okay,
Oh,
and then they go back
okay.
on. I'm like, that's almost what having an internet relationship feels like in person. It's like, no,
My precious Amir.
Yeah, and then they're like, hey, I'll chat at you later. Okay, bye.
Has South Park done a TikTok episode yet?
they had to.
I think so. They've done the quarantine. They've done Facebook. I'm sure they've done TikTok by now. I haven't watched South Park in a couple.
I know. I was like, I'm behind on it. I really kind of laid off after the pandemic. I
did
felt like
too.
I watched it a lot more before then. But going back to TikTok, have you ever watched the Brooke and Jubal clips from their radio show?
No, I don't think so.
They're like, I don't even remember where they're from, Seattle or something. But they're a radio show from the mid-teens, 2000 teens or so, maybe late aughts, whatnot. And they keep doing this show called The Second Date Update. And so I get stuck on those all the fucking time because all it is somebody messaging in, wanting to get a hold of somebody that's not responding to them. And so they use the radio station to call them to try and figure out why they're not responding for a second date with someone. And all
my
the stories.
God.
It's terrible, but I get so addicted listening to them because most of the time they're so funny.
I can't imagine because, guys, are really bad at dates. They think like a date is a game and they have to like do certain things and move certain pieces around, especially straight guys.
Yeah.
And I couldn't imagine having to date straight men. I'm sorry, straight women who listen to this podcast. Oh my God. I don't. Anyways, but I would love to listen to these stories because I'm just imagining people being like, "Well, we went out for a date, and I like opened the door for her, and I let her out of the car, and I made sure that she didn't have to walk in a puddle, and blah blah blah, and I'm just a nice guy, and I don't understand why she won't call me back." And it's like those people who are like who think women are objects.
There's one that I got caught on that. They called her and they said his name and she's like, nope, I want nothing to do with him. Tell him absolutely fucking not. And they're like, whoa. But tell us why. And all along, the person who's asking them is already on the other line listening to what's happening. And they're like, oh, by the way, they're listening to the whole thing. Anyways, what it was he was telling her that he owns his own company for like Nuclear Vision or something. And it's like a marketing company or whatnot. So new clear something. She took it as he sells nuclear bombs.
What?
Good Lord.
What?
She's like, no, I do not agree with that, and I do not want to deal with that. And they're like, do you think he's just going around selling nuclear bombs? Like, that's not how it works.
Just door to door.
Door-to-door salesman. Hello.
It's the opposite of Fallout, the premise of Fallout, the video game.
Yeah, it's fall in love.
Instead of preparing yourself for,
So we're not selling vault access. We're selling nuclear warheads. We want to
You
start
could
everything, but we
you
don't
could
care
be
about
the
what
one that
happens after.
starts the war.
That's just America.
That's where we're going for sure.
Oh yeah,
Going.
for fucking we're there.
And then, of course, I know I've talked about it before, but Julian Sewell, or whatever his name, that does the Paloma Diamond skits.
Oh yeah, he's an icon.
He's on season 2 now, and I am invested.
I also love. I know you know him, Jay, but I love Bistro Huddy, the guy that does all the wait staff.
Absolutely.
He's all of them with wigs.
one's
It's
good.
so funny.
I was thinking Ghost Honey. That's who I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, he has the long hair and he
Yeah,
has
and we
like a
cut it.
Gengar backpack.
Yeah.
Yes,
cut
he
it.
did. Yeah.
Did you see he had a Twitter account and it wasn't like X-rated, but it was like heavily
P-rated?
rated R, and
Penis
he would post like underwear pics, and I was like, Ghost Honey, like 50% of you is penis.
It's so spooky.
but he was the one who did that. Welcome to Laha.
Yeah, the pretentious restaurant in L.A.
Yes.
Yeah, that was him.
I'll just take a glass of water. Or no, would you like a glass of sparkling condensation? I'll just have water. That's literally what I just said.
Man, I cannot get over how vital I think TikTok was for me going through COVID, chemo, all that stuff when I was just stuck at home. I watched so much good stuff on that. I had a good algorithm for a bit there. And then for a while, the algorithm world in TikTok, though, is very sensitive. And one time I watched this video of a prankster, and he was like walking, and he farted in front of the girls. And just the way he did it, it was funny. I was like, tee hee hee, like. That took my algorithm straight to just people farting for fetish.
It threw it right in the Dutch oven.
I am scrolling, and then I'm just like, what's going on here? And this guy just like leans back and goes, and I'm like, what? How? And then it just kept happening. And so like, it's annoying how you have to be like, hit the extra dots and be like, I don't like this, to try and get yourself out of that algorithm.
And you know what's funny? And you know what's funny? There are people that have paid for that video, I'm sure.
Oh, 100%.
And they click on the three dots and they're like, I love this.
Send me more.
Yeah, going to check out my Only Farts.
-4 subscribers.
Some people go down a K hole. I go down the F hole. The fuck hole? No, the fart hole, you...
Oh, yes, of
You
course.
creeps.
Yeah. Weirdos. God, I don't know. I just never really got into it the way that everybody else did. And Joe shows me TikToks, so it's not like I don't see them. Because what'll happen is we'll get home from work, we'll all get settled in, and I'll get my food, and I'll go sit in the living room, and I'll get my chair, like, reclined. And so I'm sitting up in my relaxing chair, and I've got my food in front of me, and I'm ready to watch TV. And then Joe comes over to me, and he's got this look on his face, and his eyes are big. And he's got a little grin that says, yes, I have things to show you. I have content for you. And so he's taken the time to carefully curate things that he'll think that I like, and save those things, and skip everything else. And so most of the time, he's right. I do like it. I just don't want to go out of my way to find it myself. So it works out for me. This is the amount of TikTok that I can do.
Yeah, the 15 videos, the little TikToks that I'm showing you, that's because I waded through a swamp, an overgrown, tussled swamp of probably 60 plus videos that were just a bunch of junk. And I found you these little gemstones, and I brushed them off, and I said, I'm going to share this with Anthony.
So in this way, in this aspect, I am much like Elon Musk in that I let other people mine for the gemstones and I take the money.
So you can say no. You can say no to this, but are you interested if I share my favorite ever TikTok video that I've saved and just lives in my phone now?
Sure.
Favorite
It's
ever.
59 seconds, and
Is
basically
it Kathy Mitchell?
No.
It'll make up
listen-
for the lack of voicemail. I mean, that's, 59 seconds.
I should have opened with it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll send it to
What's
you.
TikTok going to do? Sue us to have it taken down?
They're
They haven't
busy.
sued us yet.
They should have.
Not even people who listen to this podcast listen to this podcast.
Okay, so it's from the top, make it drop. That's a wet ass pussy. Marion, that's not sexy. That's not sexy to move like that. How about some legs? Okay, that's hot. That's hot. Okay, got it. Macaroni in a pot. That's a wet ass pussy. Here, this is great. Linda, we got it. Macaroni. Oh, whoa, hold on. I can't keep up with you on those hot ass moves. All right, check this out. Check this out. Ready? There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. There's some whores in this house. Oh, we got it. Oh, we got it. Merry Christmas to our kids.
Not the Merry Christmas to our kids.
Macaroni and a
In
pot.
the pot. There's some
That's
whores
you
in
and
this house.
That's you and Anthony sitting outside Buc-ee's, watching all the people come out of the convenience store.
That
is
is
exactly-
100%.
Yep, that's exactly what we did.
I just
That's
love...
just the dynamic, Joe.
I would hate to know that one day I'm an old person and somebody's recording me just trying to work out with my friend during a time of COVID, and I've got my mask on, and voiced over, she's singing,
There's some
wet ass pussy.
pushy.
That's great too because they're dancing, and this was originally a dancing app with music, so
Oh,
it's really
see?
got all the elements of a classic TikTok video.
It's circling back around to its origin.
Wait, but it's
Correct.
also like a joke video, and it's sort of like razzing them for dancing. And so, isn't this? It's like a sort of a bit of the true self exists in the false self.
Oh god, this is getting too real.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry, I didn't mean to make it philosophical. Fart joke.
Let me lean back.
John.
Well, do you guys think it's time to take a quick break, and when we come back, we can say our farewells to TikTok?
Should we briefly smack talk Congress? Just briefly?
Oh, hell
and
yeah,
say how
briefly.
stupid they are because they're blocking TikTok, a Chinese-owned app, but they don't block anything else Chinese-owned or related just this one app. We put a lot of logic behind this.
It's two things. It's virtue signaling to Republican base.
Yep.
Because they don't like China. Because they've been told not to like China. And I know this because my aunt and uncle are people who don't watch TikTok because it's from China. But they will gladly buy things from China.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about that. It's not about being China. It's about this one thing. They've been told this one thing is bad by their pundits and their political figures. And so they said, yes, Daddy, you're right. It is bad, even though we love everything else that China gives us. So that's all this is. It's just virtue signaling from Congress's standpoint. And it's another way to control the method of communications that we have that aren't necessarily controlled by U.S. companies.
I just love that everyone's spitefully moving to, what is it, Red Page?
Red Note,
which is another Chinese-owned app, but it's like Chinese government-owned.
That's the best part of it, too, is because the app icon for it has Chinese characters on it, so it even looks more Chinese than TikTok does.
I saw something today that said that that Congress is debating on backstepping everything they've done because everyone's moving over to Red Note, and they're just like, wait a minute, that's even more Chinese owned. Like, I think that app, I recall, is one where you are limited on words you can use to say about like the Chinese president, things like that. So it is very much controlled by the regime.
So like Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have Facebook in China. They have Weibo. That's
no,
their
I mean
version
like
of
Facebook in America and how it's controlled by the regime.
Yes,
Yeah.
very much.
It is so weird social media is going through the weirdest phase right now.
Because they don't know how to control it, and they don't know how to govern it.
It's getting a little out of control.
I mean, I don't know. We're just at a point with the internet where the government is trying their darndest to control it as best they can, but it's not supposed to be that way.
Yeah, it's not really capable of being unless you turn into China.
Well, then the other part of that is that all of these internet billionaires that exist, like, what's his name? The Facebook guy?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. I kept thinking Jesse Eisenberg.
I mean, yeah.
I was like, that's tangentially correct.
I miss the good old days of just Tom and having my top 8.
Yeah, what's up with Tom? We're Tom these days.
He is living a luxury life. I'm pretty sure I saw a TikTok with him today going, everyone's asking where I'm at, and I'm just chilling.
Good for him.
I know. I'm like, good for you.
Well, don't worry, Jay. We'll do another nostalgia episode this season, I'm sure.
Yay!
But fuck Congress. Fuck Congress.
Fuck Congress. And we now have a Blue Sky.
Yes.
Which we are not showing porn on, so I'm sorry.
Go
but
check out our penises on Blue Sky.
We are not showing porn on Blue Sky yet.
We're not there yet.
Yeah, speak for yourselves.
But maybe I'll start sharing some just to attract more.
It's a good idea, actually.
It's like
we're a podcast, but it's all just fucking porn.
Jay's gonna share like a woman in like 1920s unbuttoning
showing
all
an
of her
ankle
gloves.
or something.
It's going to be two guys in like the 1920s shaking hands for more than 3 seconds.
Well,
that's porn.
So, because I've been posting some of our stuff and I've been using specific hashtags that are like gay and stuff like that, now it's like I'm starting to see like nudes and like a lot of Titty Tuesday pictures were showing up, things like that. And so I started posting and I was like, so we're not really a podcast or a porno show, but it's not like we're not liking this stuff.
Are you kidding? I love porno shows.
I'm like, we're not a porn podcast, but it's not saying we're against it.
I like to go into the adult bookstore and I put a little nickel into the machine and I crank the handrail and I look through the viewfinder and I can see a lady lifting up her knickers.
What'd you call me?
Oh, God.
Are they?
Oh, God, commercial.
Are there
pantaloons?
Are there porn podcasts? Like,
what would that be?
I don't know. Like,
just
like a review of like a Falcon movie or something.
Oh, fuck yeah. Are you listening to me? Are you streaming me on Apple Podcasts?
No,
or are you
just
listening on Spotify?
I just bring back that video where I showed you where they have just cartoons drawn over porn, and it's like, la 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 la.
Or it's got the ad breaks like seamlessly put in on dubbed over, and it's like, oh yeah, oh fuck, I'm about to enter code CUMSHOT10 for your first box.
If you want to hear the end of the episode, follow us on Patreon.
Then you'll have to buy my second tape.
If you wanted to watch porn, you should have told me.
You should have. You should have told me. You should have told me. Get out! This is just for the men.
But yes, farewell maybe to TikTok, but let's go ahead and go to break.
Yeah,
Perfect.
when we get back, are we going to give our eulogies?
Let's do. And hopefully they'll be useless because they'll back it all up and TikTok won't be disappearing.
Well, we'll just save them for later.
Don't worry, Jay, this show's been useless for about 2.5 years now.
Hey.
Yay.
Break time.
If you want some fun new clothing and want to support a small business, check out hunkytops.com, the queer, Latino-owned clothing site. Beards and Sundries will get you 10% off your first order with the code SUNDRIES at checkout. You can order above 3XL, you just need to hit the contact button and they'll work with you. Again, check out hunkytops.com. Explore their styles and wear your pride. Use Sundries at checkout for 10% off your first order.
You're listening to the Beards and Sundries podcast. The podcast rated 5 out of 6 balls.
Well, I bet you didn't think I was a very good Googleizer, did you?
A what?
A very good
Gesundheit?
Googleizer?
Oh, okay. I'm like, huh?
What?
I know how to Google stuff.
Zoolander. Bitches?
Okay, so I'll be honest. I didn't really watch that a lot to memorize anything.
Okay,
I
well,
know
fuck you.
about half of it.
You guys suck. It's a great movie.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a great movie.
okay.
Oh, I'm gonna go watch the what are you doing after the show, Toots movie.
Ships
You
Ahoy.
criticized me, but you both were standing in that room going, watching it with me.
That's because I was waiting for you to do something GIF-worthy.
We were watching a zoo animal enjoy his enrichment.
That's
We
true.
weren't watching the TV, we were watching you watching the TV.
And I was
notes.
just soaking in my old man ways. Oh, I haven't used the word puss in forever.
It's like anthropology, but before the people die.
The store?
Yeah, sort of. Anyways, who wants to give their eulogy first?
Intro order?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. I will start.
Get the fucking glasses. God damn it.
Oh, TikTok, how do I bid thee farewell? You who carried me through the storm of life, through the long, still nights of boredom when the world kept moving around me. You are the string quartet that's playing right up until the final plunge. A soundtrack of stupid dances, amazing skits, and stitched chaos. When COVID cloaked the days in shadow, you brought light in mere seconds-long dopamine rushes. Gave us laughter when there was little to spare, and connection when the world felt distant. You were my escape from my cancer diagnosis, my companion, a portal to lives more vibrant than my own at the time. The scrolling was endless, and so were my snacking habits, which is why I gained 35 pounds. Cooking hacks, life hacks, and heartfelt strangers, all reminding me life still goes on. Oh, and the toilet time. The sacred scrolls on the porcelain throne. How you turned poopy moments into adventures. Who knew one could laugh so hard in such a humbling position? For every chore, for every chore I avoided, for every hour I lost, I found something far greater. The ability to feel alive in all of my stolen moments. You, TikTok, were my jack on the door in an endless sea.
Just like Jack, I'll never let you go. Now get off.
I clung to you as the waves rose high. Hell, you helped diagnose my ADHD. But all stories have their iceberg. And now I must let go. Not because I want to, but because I must. The algorithm's siren song still calls me, but I will no longer answer. For every hashtag I damn it. For every hashtag and trend I leave behind, I take with me the memory of what you gave. And finally, a heartfelt thanks to my ever-loyal Chinese spy. The one who monitored my every scroll. And subtly influenced me into becoming the most unsuspecting Chinese... God damn it. The most unsuspecting Chinese informant this side of Oklahoma.
They sure like farts over there.
I hope my chaotic life and my beautiful CPAP-covered face you watched through my front-facing camera made it worth your while. So I raise a virtual glass to the creators who stitched their hearts, to the memes that left me breathless, to the fleeting fame of viral videos, and to you, TikTok, the lifeboat that was always just a swipe away. I'll never forget you, and though the app may fade from my home screen, you'll remain forever etched in my heart, just like Vine. Farewell, sweet TikTok, my endless scroll.
Hear, hear.
In the
Hear, hear.
arms of the angel, fly away from here.
Jesus, that was so long compared to what mine is.
God, that was so
I know.
that was so mysterious. It was like a, you must solve my riddles 3 if the other side you wish to see. I was like, hey.
The other side of the commercial break.
That's exactly what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a funeral-long eulogy.
Well, it was. That's for fucking sure.
It was long enough for a Catholic wedding.
There was so much I had to say.
Long enough for midnight mass. You'll be there till 3 a.m.
I loved my subtle hints of Titanic in it.
Subtle. Yeah, subtle.
Yeah,
you
but
are my
subtle as an
Jack.
iceberg.
Here's an iceberg. Here's the string quartet. So fucking subtle. Also, Billy Zane is there, apparently. God.
Well, beat that shit.
So it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. Farewell. What the devil are we saying farewell to again?
Don't even play like that.
Hitchcock. Farewell, Hitchcock. You touched many people's lives while they touched their privates before leaving you to find that thirst account's Twitter page and ultimately their OnlyFans. Though the code decays, your memory lives on and will be repurposed to mine crypto or power AI in all likelihood. My husband once showed me videos hosted on your platform, and I thought, isn't that something? Once I even clicked a link to a video that was sent to me by a friend, and when it took me to your app, the video was already removed. I'll always remember how you never removed jokes about the Twin Towers, And how your algorithm caused everyone I knew to see all the same videos on the same days so that nothing was fresh and no one was impressed. Truly, you were a popular application, and though you will not be remembered as fondly as Vine, we shall always cherish how you threatened the U.S. government's control over the platforms we use to communicate as a society. Good luck and Godspeed, and we will see you again when China purchases the U.S. for pennies on the dollar.
Amen.
Amen.
That's two
Hear, hear.
comments in 2 eulogies, so hear, hear.
Cheers. My ice water
Oh,
is
wow.
delicious.
Mine is soda.
Here you go,
Mine is
Jody, if you're
sparkling
still
water.
listening.
I'm not doing any of that this time.
So I didn't write anything, so this is going to be off the cuff.
Okay.
And so it's going to be a little shorter than Jay's. I hope.
What?
Good luck.
In the summer of 1997, I sat down in the movie theater with my parents. I'm just kidding. Well, TikTok, I'll say this. You got a lot of people through a lot of dark times. We appreciate your service. I'll certainly miss you if you go anywhere. And I think I speak for everyone else on that platform when I say, where are we going next, everyone? Lead the way. We're going to jump into a different void.
Where's my next dopamine rush?
So I've seen people commenting on them too. They're like, I can't go back to Instagram Reels. I won't go back to Instagram Reels.
Well, no, it's Meta. Of course you can't go back. You have to get away from Meta now.
So I don't know. It's just, that's basically it. Like, I'll miss it, but just like Vine, I'll find something else to occupy my time with.
That's it. I love being dramatic about it, but this isn't the first time I've gone through this.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling. From glen to glen, and some other lyrics I don't know.
And from the mountainside,
Oh, yeah,
the
down the
summer's
mountainside.
gone and all the
Okay, but this is too
flowers
much.
are
No,
dying. Wow,
no.
I haven't sang that
no.
song in forever.
That's
Don't
all right.
worry. We'll hold a nice little Viking funeral for TikTok. We'll put it out into the Gulf of America and shoot a flaming arrow into it.
The Gulf of America. You have to shoot a flaming tracer round.
As I'm gnawing on my half-price snacks that I bought at the grocery store because groceries are way cheaper.
So fucking cheap. I'm eating eggs. I'm just
Yeah, so
eating
cheap.
fucking eggs. Just eggs. Yeah.
I love that we want to change an international body of water to our name.
No, we want to distract people from the grocery prices.
We want to distract people from real things. That's all
Yeah.
it is. It's so
Yeah,
annoying.
100%.
But speaking
that's-
of,
Yeah.
Is it
do you
time
guys
for
think it's
commercial?
Time for commercial? I do think
Yes,
it's time for a
please.
commercial. And this is inspired by Jay's eulogy.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
And now, for a word from our sponsor, Poopy Moments, from the company that brought you Precious Moments.
Brothers and sisters, can I get an amen? Amen. We've all been there, lost, wandering through the wilderness of life's messiest moments. Times when the storm clouds rolled in and all we could do was cry out, Lord, why me? Why me? Even in those darkest hours, there's beauty, there's poopy moments. Yes, poopy moments. These anointed figurines, handcrafted with love, capture the spiritual essence of every unfortunate bowel-bound disaster. From Oops, Mary, I shit the manger, to Noah, arch your back, it's a big one. Each teardrop-eyed child is a testimony to his divine sense of shit. It's bullshit. And today, my congregation, today is your chance to be a part of something bigger than yourself. For just 3 easy payments of $69, you can bring home your very own Poopy Moment. And know that your purchase is helping us raise funds for Pastor Bendover to take the gay cruise and save those on board. Don't delay. Get out your wallets, pull out all the cash, and fill up. Fill 'em up. The collection tray's coming around to you right now. I spoke to God today, this morning as I was getting ready, and He said, assist these men in every possible way you can. In groups, tied up, whatever it takes. And I said, yes, Lord, I will serve them. So, buy your Poopy Moments figurine today to help me buy as many douches as possible to prevent any poopy moments on this cruise. Thank you, and God bless you.
Don't forget to subscribe to the show so you get a notification every time we drop a new episode.
And you know what? I think about those videos when I'm having my own poopy moments.
Poopy moments. I'm gonna have to write a jingle for it.
That's already halfway there. I know, too, because you're thinking of like a comic commercial from the 70s right now. It's going through your head. Much. I can see it.
It's very 50s, though.
I'm thinking of those, like, Precious Moments dolls, but, like, with the little baby who's, like the diaper's being pulled down by the stork, but, like, instead there's all kinds of shit flying out of its butt.
Oh, my God. It's the copper tone. It's the copper tone
that's
logo, but shit everywhere.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. I forgot.
It's a parent pulling down the pants, and they're just like angry that. Why the fuck did you do this?
It's like a toddler shown from behind, like oopsie, but like they're basically Donald Duck in it, but on their butt and below it's just shit everywhere.
Oh, hold on. No, it's the mascot from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the guy that used to be the baby.
Oh yeah, Baby Brent.
Yes! So he's the grown-up
now. I love Baby Brent. Oh, that movie is so good.
That movie's so underrated.
Oh, yeah. I fucking love
really
that movie.
Cloudy with a
How you gonna take them off, nerd?
You need glasses to see.
That's not even a good song.
Oh my God.
When they're watching, he distracts them by putting on that YouTube video of the cat just being like, fight the power. And it's like a rat video. And then he comes back and they're like, I can't believe we've been watching this for 3 hours.
Or the part where Flint is telling his dad to move the mouse across the screen and he's like...
On the screen. He has the mouse and he moves it across the screen.
It's just so real.
Yeah. And that just makes me think of Poopy Moments. Poopy Moments.
Because they're so real, too.
Right.
I'm having one right now.
Wow. Oops, I crap, my hands can hold a lot of dung.
Oh my God, I can smell it from here.
You're welcome.
We should never have gotten these smellophones.
God damn it. I'm going to write a eulogy for your fucking sense of humor.
There's a horrible...
Well, that's been dead for a while.
There's a horrible Far Side comic out there somewhere, the single panel comics, and it's like a band director on the phone with customer service because he ordered mellophones, but really he got smellophones, and all the kids are like, oh God, no, in the background.
Well, do we have any Beardo submitted sundries this week? I know we have one at least.
Yes, we have 2.
Ooh.
Oh, that's more than one.
So first, we have a message from
The poop is here.
Oh, hi, PETA.
Hi, PETA.
Hi, PETA. PETA said, I keep forgetting to email before you all record the next episode, which I assume is by now you all have done, which he sent this after we recorded last week's episode.
Okay.
But I wanted to say I loved this week's episode, and I love the new Villain of the Week segment. Also, the outfits y'all have in your promos, opening, and after your sponsor are magnificent. Love the floral blazer and Anthony's mask.
Thank you. Nobody's ever called me
He's
mask
mask for
before.
mask.
On Craigslist.
Hey!
Oh, and I kept wanting to submit a Villain of the Week, but I don't know if it's been too long or if it's too late now. I was going to say RuPaul's Drag Race Season 2 winner, Tyra.
Yes.
I think I know why.
Not sure
I
if
know
you've
exactly
seen, but
why.
the UK Season 1 winner, the Vivian, passed away this week, and Tyra made a really nasty joke about her passing, and a lot of people were upset about it for obvious reasons. And then she doubled down and said another horrible thing. But anyway, RuPaul shared a reel from Season 2 where she was slapping her, and that was great. Ha ha ha. Anyways, just wanted to chime in and say, love y'all, and the new season so far. Also, our puppy Howard has been growing and experienced his first snow day this week. I found pictures.
Howard!
How did he like it? Did he enjoy the snow?
And there's his picture.
Oh, look at his ears.
Little Howard, he's so precious.
And he got him right in the middle of a big heckin' blip.
I know.
That's
He's-
millennial
he's doing
speak
a
for
blap.
a big tongue out.
He sent a couple pictures, and this was my favorite because he was licking his little nose, and it was so
He's
cute.
so cute. Look at him. Wow. Very
Love
determined.
those little ears. Boop, boop, boop.
Aw, what a sweet baby. Howard is my favorite.
I know. Doggy-o of the week.
Yay.
What are the other 6,700 photos on your computer?
Oh my god, so much of it is stuff for our
Fart porn.
podcast.
Lot of fart porn.
And then we also heard from Aaron Choi. And Aaron provided more art for us, and I love it.
Show me. Show me the art. Hi, Aaron, by the way. Yes.
It is the little, what was the technical term for them?
Aren't they
I
honeycomb?
don't remember. They're like honeycomb.
Yeah, it's like
things?
sugar honeycomb things from Squid Games that they had to needle out perfectly, and otherwise they'd kill themselves. They'd get killed.
Yeah.
And
That's
so
awesome, though.
it's for listeners only. It is a really good drawing that says Beard Games, and it's our faces etched in the little sugar honeycomb things and with a needle. It's really pretty good. I'll share it on socials. So
They're literally called sugar honeycombs. I
my
can't
God.
exactly translate the Korean, but that's what it says they're called.
nice. Well, he did a really, really good job on them.
Yeah, those are
Yes,
super
Thank
cute.
you, Aaron.
I love that mine's busted.
Just like you.
I know.
And your sugar
That's what I
honeycomb's
said.
busted too.
Right.
I love that my
Just
mouth
like my
is just
butthole.
gaping.
Like usual.
Typical.
Yeah, you never shot it, you dumb bitch.
You're right.
Well, thank you, Aaron.
Yes,
maybe
thank you so
should use
much.
This is the new intro image. I mean, we haven't
Yes,
updated
that's
that in
a
while.
brilliant idea. Because
Yeah,
your
we haven't updated it in a while.
your cell phone in the ass has gotten a little old.
Not to
It's
me.
still ringing.
Keep calling me.
I slap his ass and it's like 800 588 2300 Empire today.
God. Thank you, Aaron. We appreciate you. Good Lord.
8675309.
Oh my no.
I have a structured settlement and I need cash now.
It's not a phone number, but my brain went down that old Sears air conditioner commercial. I'll call tomorrow. Call today.
You'll call today. You'll call now. Have you ever seen... Speaking of, there's a TikTok where this couple reenacted it, but if, like, the couple was way more passive-aggressive, and they're like, well, I guess you'll just never call, huh? And she sits down and, like, flops down. And then at the end, it has, like, the voiceover of the actual commercial, and it's like, you can call Sears for your new plan for your... And they're, like, in the back just, like, doing this and, like, hitting each other.
I'm like, sorry. Back to TikTok. I caught one of my other favorite videos this morning, and it was a road rage incident caught on a Ring doorbell. And oh my god, it was amazing. This car comes up behind another one, and the woman in front gets out, and she's like, "What are you doing? Get on my ass!" And she like goes up to the car. She's yelling. In the car she's yelling at, the boyfriend of that girl gets out, and he's like, "Hey, you need to calm down." And she's like, "Blah, blah, blah." And then
he turns away.
He turns away to go back in the car. The woman that's yelling literally like hits
sucker
him
punches
hard, sucker punches from behind, and that guy turned around, picked her up, and body slammed her on the road.
Like, I'm surprised that, like, coins didn't fly out of her because she slammed into the frozen road.
You could see the absolute pain because she landed upper back first, and it was just like, boof! And then he just got in the car, and they drove off, and she's, like, laying in the street for a while.
Yeah.
The best part about it is, I don't know if you caught this part, but there's a longer video where another SUV pulls up, and the guy gets out and he goes, "You need to stop harassing people."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Get back in your car. You caused this because you got out, and you don't need to be doing that."
Exactly.
And this is why I love TikTok.
The comments on the video, I saw a different point of view that was like from someone who was filming from outside their apartment above the street, so you get to see the entire choke slam. It's awesome. But the comments are all like, "I have been watching this on loop. I hope she isn't okay." There's like no sympathy for her for starting that shit.
Well, and the guy that was telling her to get back in her car, he's like, "Get back in. What are you doing getting out?" And she's like, "I wasn't getting out of the car." And he's like, "What? Well, get the hell back in your car." She was such a victim to her own doing, and it was amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. I had it saved, actually, to show Anthony later.
It's curated for you, Anthony.
Yep.
Good. It sounds fun.
I think you'll love it.
Speaking to our subject this week, there have been a couple times during recording where Jay and I have sent each other TikToks through our text message, and we'll just look at each other and be like, because we've already seen it.
What? Good Lord. Why am I even here?
So, is that it for Sundries?
Yes, that's it for this week.
Okay.
Send more.
So then moving on a little bit before we go into something to check out, a little progress check for Anthony and I. We're doing Dry January, and so far so good. We're halfway through the month, and I mean, I haven't really craved it that much. It really hasn't hit me too hard. I mean, like, of course, there's a couple of days where I'm like, yeah, I'd love to pour a drink right now, but it's not like crippling or like this huge hurdle that I thought it would be.
No, it's not been that bad. I mean, it's mostly the days at work where I'm like, fuck all this, and then I get home and I'm like, I just want to have a drink. But other than that, like, I get past it pretty easily, so it's not like it's, been super difficult. And honestly, I've been enjoying not doing it. I don't know, to some degree.
I've really been enjoying, one, remembering when I go to bed and remembering going to bed, and not feeling just awful the next morning. Now, granted, I'm still tired, I'm still sleepy, I'm not really going to bed at a great time anymore, I'm still like up till midnight, but I'm not drinking myself to the point of blackout. So I'm doing better, and I'm enjoying remembering my evenings. That's a lot better.
And I don't have very much dry mouth. It's awesome.
I'm not doing dry, but I'm definitely reducing my intake because I feel like the past 6 months has been a very regular basis of drinking, and especially the last 2 to 3 months, it was too regular in my schedule. And too much regular in my schedule.
It was basically after the election where I was like, you know what? Fuck everything, and just cut loose. And I'm like, well, maybe you ought to rein it back in a little bit.
And it's wild how easily it is to do a bottle of wine in an evening. Just like,
yeah,
very
bottle.
Easy.
Just one.
Yeah, just one.
It's just like, boop, done. And I'd be like, well, I guess I can go more. But, so I've cut back, but what's happening now is at my job, we're about to release a program in roughly a month. And it's a whole new program that we've built that's impacting company-wide, and it's very complex. And it's getting down to the wire in this last month of a lot of chaos, and it's getting really, really stressful. And it's wild how much my brain's like, God, it'd be nice to have a glass of wine after work, but I'm trying to make myself on weekdays not do it at all. Although I did have a beer last night at dinner, but I didn't even feel anything because I got a half pint, which I never do. I always get a whole pint.
And it was one beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing.
So it's like a beer.
Like, it didn't impact my sleep or anything. Like, my body was just like, oh, what is this, water?
Well, it's 3.2%, so it basically is water.
Not here, not anymore. We have real beer now.
No, we finally stepped up to real beer, remember?
Yeah, remember? You were here for
No,
that.
I'm too drunk.
Now.
I'll never forget how excited I was when that bill passed. And I was like, I can have real beer.
And then you went to Target and got all your wine.
And yeah, you had to go to, yeah, that's exactly what I did. Because before then, you had to get wine at liquor stores.
Yep, it's the only place you could buy any sort of alcohol at, except for 3.2 beer.
3.2 beer you could buy at grocery stores and gas stations. And that is it. Everything else higher than 3.2 beer you had to get at a liquor store. Which, that's why liquor stores were fighting that law so hard.
And also the refrigerated law, which I think that might have been the same bill where they added in the refrigerated
that's right.
thing. Yeah, they didn't want to spend the money on refrigerated
They didn't
stuff.
want to spend refrigerators, yeah.
I mean, I get it to some degree because most liquor stores are small businesses.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it. They don't want to have to compete with, Walmart.
It is nice, though, that when you go to a liquor store, if you buy liquor, now you can buy, like, the mixers and stuff, or additional things with it. You used to not be able to do that. You had to go to 2 separate stores to get that shit.
Yep, that is true. That was very annoying. I also like that you can get, like, gift wrapping for it.
Yes! I mean, it's wild how stupid of a state we were. Still are.
Oh, still are.
You can go to 5 or 6 stores, or you can go to 1.
Honey, you got a big storm coming.
Honey, you got a big storm coming.
Anyways, does anybody have anything to check out? Is that what we devolved from just then?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was very on brand for us, but I have something to check out this week.
Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Yes.
So, my something to check out this week is spawning kind of from my re-emergence into the game Stardew Valley. And Stardew Valley is a cozy farming simulator type game where you have a farm, you mine for resources, you do little tasks, you provide the villagers with, fresh grown produce sometimes. You meet everyone in the town, you do fishing, there's all kinds of stuff you can do. And people will play this game, multiple playthroughs, you can have multiple profiles all at the same time, and it's just a fun way to just kind of like lose yourself into a little virtual world, just like The Sims or any other video game, honestly. But this is a game that I have found that's coming out this summer, and this game is called Discounty. And it's the word discount with a Y on the end. And so you play as a young character who works for Discounty, who has just stumbled into a small town that doesn't have a store yet. And you will be the new, employee at this branch of Discounty. And from what I gathered from the trailer, it looks like you can either go down a good path and kind of struggle through the game and kind of try to win, or you can go down the Discounty path and be like, drink the Kool-Aid of the corporate culture, and then the town may or may not suffer because of it. It looks really intriguing. It looks like there's a lot of really good storytelling. It's very much like Stardew Valley if you're a fan. The developer is a company called Crinkle Cut Games, and it's scheduled to come out this summer. summer 2025 on Xbox One, Xbox X and S, PS5, Nintendo Switch. It'll be on Steam. It'll be on goodoldgames.com. So it's going to be pretty much everywhere. So if you want to go check it out, go ahead and check out the website pcube.co.uk. And that's pqube.co.uk. /games/discounty. Now, I say that because if you search for discounty, just the word, Google will think that you're searching for discount and, like, correct it. So you have to search, like, discounty game or discounty game trailer. But if you can find it, there's something to check out for you. It's going to be a new fun game, very much like the likes of Stardew Valley. But if you're a Stardew Valley player, just imagine if you were employed by Joja Mart and trying to take over the town. I think that's going to be the underlying theme.
Everything's on sale proudly. Where are we going? Discounty.
It looks like a lot of fun.
Well, great. Thank you, Joe.
I don't know what any of that meant.
You don't have to.
It's a moving picture, Jay.
I'm a nerd, but in different ways. I'm sorry.
You know about them lawn darts, Jay? It's one of those, but an interactive screen game.
I love a good lawn dart.
That's how we got the lobotomy at the backyard barbecue.
Is there a villain of the week?
We do have a villain of the week.
Jay Rowdy Bush.
Yay!
But now for the real villain of the week.
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
And thank you, PETA, because I don't think any of us prepared a villain of the week this week by accident, and so I am fully down for dragging Tyra Sanchez through the fucking mud. You want to talk about an undeserving winner of RuPaul's Drag Race? That bitch was the worst. I don't know how she won. I watched that whole season thinking she was going to be eliminated every goddamn week, and then she just kept being there.
When we were doing our watch through of the entire series, that season was just so strange because they hadn't quite figured all of it out yet. Like, season 1 was kind of and then season 3 was kind of, they're kind of starting to get a groove. Season 2 was like that middle ground where they were kind of like still figuring out like production quality and what challenges they wanted to have and who was going to win. And this bitch, Tyra Sanchez, slept through like an entire day in the workroom one time and like was just soft-spoken the whole time and was just overall mediocre the whole time. I thought the only reason I used to think she won was because I thought RuPaul thought she was hot.
I mean, that was the only reason I could have thought of it, and I don't know. I don't know if RuPaul was feeling, like, generous or, like, she was helping out someone who needed help or something, but I just know that if Tyra Sanchez would never be on RuPaul's from now on because of the shit she pulled with the Biv, but... If she were ever on All Stars, she would be eliminated first, and it would just be RuPaul getting her hopes up only to just eliminate her and probably drag her through the fucking mud because she was so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it just, she never did anything memorable on there.
Right.
There were great people from the early seasons, but she was not one of them.
Correct.
And then she had to go and drag a dead person through the mud to settle some sort of petty grievance she had. And yeah, so, at that point, like, one, not just a dead person, a person who was good and who passed away too early, not like, Brian, what's his face, the CEO. Like, that's worthy of celebrating. You want to take some digs at that guy? Go for it.
It's only okay to trash on globally hated people. You can't do that to, like, good people.
Right. Or even just mediocre people. But the bad people, you can shit on them all you want.
Yeah, Jim Inhofe.
But anyways, that's our villain of the week. Tyra Sanchez, that bitch from season 2.
Jim Inhofe, the sub-villain of the week.
He's dead now.
Now he's... anyways, go on.
Anyways. Well, thank you, PETA, for providing our villain of the week, because Tyra Sanchez fucking sucks. I've always felt like that, and now this is just validating.
Now it's just, it's absolutely validating.
Yeah.
Should we move on to game time?
It is game time.
I'm working on getting all the transitions this week since I didn't provide anything.
Right, exactly.
I provide the commercial and the socials.
I don't ever complain if your ears are working correctly, Jay. It's Anthony does all the complaining.
That's true, I do. Well, this is a game that I'm calling Banned in the U.S.
You don't know me, but I know you. I want to play a game. Here's what happens if you lose. You better hurry up. Live or die. Make your choice.
Yay!
Quick question. Is that band as in B-A-N-N-E-D or band as in marching band?
You gonna let me explain the game?
Nope.
There you go.
Number 1.
Lawn darts! Lawn darts!
So, I have worked up 11 instances of things that are either banned in the whole United States or prohibited in some way, or a law that prevents you from owning or doing something. And it's either the entire United States or it is one state or maybe even just a city. But I will specify if it is the whole country, if it is a specific state, or if it is a specific city, which I think there's only one instance of that in this. This is you two working together. You guys
okay.
have to tell me whether or not it's true or false.
Okay.
That's it. So you have to decide whether the thing that is banned and or prohibited or against the law is a real thing, or if I've just made it up.
Okay.
I'm okay. Fine. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yes. I'm
right.
ready. What are you doing after the game, puss?
Cecilia thinks my shoes
Getting high.
sexy.
Number 1. We'll start with an easy one. In the U.S., Kinder eggs are banned.
They're banned in the U.S., but not Canada, is the last status that I knew. But I feel like
But I
maybe
didn't say
they made
Canada.
a resurgence.
I said in the U.S.,
In the
Kinder
US.
eggs are banned.
Jay, I
So
think
we're not talking
it's
about Canada.
True, because
I'm gonna go
they're
true.
banned. They're
You-
banned here, but they're allowed in Canada.
It sounds like you know better than me, so I'm definitely going true with you on that.
I think they're true. True, Anthony.
True? Is that what you guys are going with?
Yep.
Okay. True is correct. Kinder eggs are banned in the U.S. because the bits inside of them could potentially be choking hazards.
Oh. Okay.
I
Yeah.
call it natural selection. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, I loved a Kinder egg whenever they didn't give a shit whether I choked on something or not.
Well, I was going to say there's just so many other things that you can choke on out there that they're not.
Jay. Now you're asking questions.
That was just called foreshadowing.
Okay, number 2. In the U.S., certain imported cheeses that are made from unpasteurized milk are banned.
I think it's true because everything's supposed to be pasteurized in the U.S. Is that true?
So, like, there are specific versions of brie that are not pasteurized. There's, there's that maggot cheese. Ugh.
Say the phrase again, or say it again.
Yes, in the U.S., imported cheese. I said certain imported cheeses made from unpasteurized milk are banned, but I guess really just all cheeses made from unpasteurized milk are banned, as far as I know.
Can't you buy certain packages that say unpasteurized?
Imported.
Oh,
cheeses.
that's right.
Yes.
Okay, I could see that being true, Joe. What do you think?
I could too, but all is such a blanket term, so that's what I'm hung up on. Because there's always an exception to every rule, so I don't know.
Yeah, I get those Kinder eggs imported or with the workaround.
People do import them, actually.
I just say they're going in my ovipositor, and this.
Then I choke on my butt. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Fuck it. Let's say it's true.
I was like,
True?
I
Is
could
that
see
what
it
you guys are
being,
going with?
I could see it being false if it's like Canada or Mexico.
True or false? Which one you go with?
He said the U.S., not North America.
Importing from one of them is what I was saying.
Oh, importing. Well, before the tariffs come on.
True's
let's
fine.
say it's true. Yeah.
True is correct.
All right.
Yeah. What's funny is when I first was researching this, they said brie, and I was like, you can get brie here, but it turns out it's certain versions of unpasteurized brie that are imported.
I don't think I
you
want to
can't
try
get.
unpasteurized brie.
I don't know. I listen. I'm a brave soul, but there are certain things I will not eat, which is like that maggot cheese. Ew, gross.
You don't even eat
No.
blue cheese.
I do eat blue cheese. I just don't like it. And then I keep trying it. And I keep not liking it. You were there. I ate it. And I was
I know.
like, meh.
I just remember you being like, I'm going to see if I like it. No.
No.
I do like blue cheese.
Every now and again. Every now and again, I try it again just to see it. Feels like something I should enjoy. God. All right. Number 3. In the state of Delaware, selling cat hair is illegal.
Delaware's so weird.
All of the Northeast is weird. It's all white and weird.
Delaware,
Well, it's
isn't
the
that
birthplace
Biden
of-
state?
Yeah, it's Joe Biden, Aubrey Plaza, and Harry Heimlich, who invented the Heimlich maneuver.
But Aubrey Plaza is the most famous person from Delaware.
I think selling cat hair isn't a thing that Anthony would make up, so let's go ahead and say it's true.
Okay, so that's what I was going to go with.
Okay. That is actually false. You can sell
What a
cat
change.
hair, but you can't sell dog hair.
Okay.
Selling dog hair is illegal in the state of Delaware.
Interesting.
And so a bit of the true self exists in the false self.
What are you selling cat hair for?
God, what are you, a writer?
Crafting?
This is some
Stuffing?
bullshit.
I don't know. I just said cat instead of dog because dogs are illegal, but cats apparently not.
Good to know.
Huh.
Yeah. Number 4. This one's fun. In the United States, being annoying and anonymous on the internet is actually banned. It's illegal.
What constitutes annoying?
I mean, sending harassing messages, I think, is one of them.
You've been charged with annoying. Can I send that to every fucking spam message I get from every company on the Sun?
I'm actually pretty sure you have to notify the FBI if this is something that you want to file a grievance about.
Well, then we should have all done that when Brian Thompson got shot, so we could have flooded the FBI with inquiries about annoying things online.
Do you want to just say true?
Yeah, let's say it's true.
Let's do it.
It is true. You are correct. And
Is it considered disturbing the peace?
So no, actually, this is a
No, it's annoying.
This is a stipulation in the Violence Against Women Act in like the authorization of it in 2006 that George Bush signed into law, and it was part of it was being and I literally quote annoying and anonymous on the internet was made illegal, but it was designed around things like spam email and things like that, where if you were sending messages anonymously, like you could have charges brought against you. I don't know if this is still a thing, but that was definitely a thing that existed, and I haven't found where they have changed it with the reauthorization of this bill over the past, because they've reauthorized it twice since then. So it's entirely possible they might have removed that clause, but it's also entirely possible they just left it in because there's no way to actually police it.
I'm going to hop in and say that I really hope that they have changed it, because the word annoying is so vague and wild to use, especially in official documents like that. But like, who's to constitute what counts as annoying?
I mean, in that case, we're annoying. We're on the
In
internet
any
all over the
case,
place.
we're annoying.
That is just true. But we're not anonymous.
That's true. You have to deal with us because we're not anonymous.
Right, correct. And also because bringing up charges like that, you literally do have to involve the FBI. It's insane.
So you call the FBI and you say, hey, this man's being annoying and anonymous. Help me.
Anyways, number 5. Haggis can't be imported from the UK to the US.
I'll say...
I'm
going to
false.
say this. I'll say it's true because I don't think the UK exports haggis. I think Ireland exports haggis. So I'm going to say it's false.
Okay. Oh, wait. False or true? False?
Reread it.
You said,
Read it one more
you
time.
said true, and then you said false.
That's where I was...
Okay, rereading it. Number 5. Haggis can't be imported from the UK to the US.
Okay, well then in that sense it would be true because it is imported from Ireland. So I don't know if that's true then. Can't be imported from the UK.
One of us always tells the truth, and the other one is always trying to sell their EP to you.
Well, that's such a weird rule. Can you buy haggis in the U.S.? Is my next question.
But that I don't know. But the phrasing of this would imply that you can't import it from the UK to the US.
No, I feel like haggis is definitely here, because if you told an American that they can't have it, then they're going to do everything they can to get it. So
Whatever.
we'd probably go to war over haggis if they said we couldn't have it. So then, we'll go ahead and say it's true.
What about you, Jay?
Sure.
I'm going to say it's true because I think it's imported from somewhere else.
I'm running out of energy, so I ain't fighting anything.
So this is actually true. Haggis
See?
cannot be imported from the UK to the US, and it's because the UK version of haggis contains 10 to 15% lung tissue.
Why don't they just dial it down to 8%?
I don't know. I think it's illegal to sell any lung tissue. I'm not sure on that one. Probably seems like something rich people would eat.
But what if it's 100% lung tissue, then is it not haggis anymore?
That I don't know either. I don't know what constitutes haggis. Look, like I've got these little blurbs. Let me have my little blurbs. Don't make me explain it. I'm not here to tell you the law. I'm telling you exactly what I know.
I didn't even know what haggis was. A savory Scottish dish made of minced sheep's heart, liver, and lungs mixed with oatmeal, onions, and spices, and traditionally boiled in sheep stomach. That sounds like I don't want it. No wonder I didn't know what it was.
In the stomach.
It's a little more complicated than Hamburger Helper.
Anyway.
And somehow has fewer ingredients.
Jesus. Moving on. Number 6. In the state of Massachusetts, it is illegal to use explosive tennis balls.
Mom and Dad, what do you think? Do you know the answer?
I'm going to say no, because I bet it's something like explosive baseballs.
I'm going to say false because I think it's explosive golf balls.
Well, are you going with false or are you going with true?
False.
False.
You are correct. It is false. And Joe, you got it 100% right.
Oh!
It's not baseballs. It is golf balls that are outlawed in the state of Massachusetts. Exploding golf balls are illegal. I don't know what led to that, but...
It was... Have you ever seen the prank ones before? Where
the ones that sound like a gunshot?
Or they're the ones that look like a ball, but they burst into powder when you strike them.
Oh.
Or they're nuclear golf balls. Nuclear golf balls. Get it? Get it?
Oh, I will not follow. No, no.
That's a callback to earlier in the episode. If you've missed that part, go back and listen to it. It's around the certain minute and second mark. We don't know.
There was a period actually on TikTok where I kept seeing golf balls that when you hit them, they like popped really loud. It sounded like a gunshot. It was so loud.
Like my pussy popping too severely.
God. And my friend's husband loves to play golf, so she bought some for him.
Anyways, so boop, number 7. In the state of Louisiana, you are required to get a permit if you want to have a soul patch.
I'm going to say it's true because this sounds like discrimination from the 70s.
Yeah, it does. 100% sounds like something that was discrimination.
Something that Louisiana would do back
yeah,
then.
I'm game for true.
Even today, probably.
So we're going with true?
True.
It is actually false.
It's mutton chops.
Something else?
But if you want to have a goatee, you gotta get.
Oh, that's so annoying because I literally was gonna say we should say false because it should be a goatee, and now I'm really pissed off that I didn't say that.
You have to get a permit to have a goatee. You have to petition the state to have a goatee.
This game is so Anthony coded too because it's not just yes or no; it's yes but. like damn it.
Actually.
Yeah, very.
Yep. Well, number 8. In the town of Aspen, Colorado, it is illegal to throw snowballs.
Sounds true.
It's something the old rich people passed probably when someone got hit by one.
Right.
Yeah.
It is, in fact, true. That is a true thing that has, as recently as 2011, had convictions around it.
I believe it.
Yeah, so there is a city statute that prevents you from throwing missiles at people, and snowballs are considered missiles.
Can you imagine applying for jobs and having that on your record and having to explain it? Yeah, I hit some rich white guy outside his Tesla at a ski resort in Aspen.
Surely it's a misdemeanor.
I don't know. Those people probably pushed hard to make it a felony in Aspen.
I mean,
you gotta have some poopy moments in a town called Aspen.
Aspen.
That's still kind of like lobotomies lasting in France until the 80s. I mean, it's not that long ago.
Well, moving on, because we're an hour and a half into this. In the state of Missouri, if a man is single past the age of 24, he can be fined an additional fee on his state taxes.
I'm going to say false because it's going to be like a different age.
Yeah.
False. So false
or
because
false
of the age?
because it's a woman.
Oh, false because of the gender. Yeah.
Let's say it's false.
So this is in fact false, but it did used to be a thing in some way, shape, or form. They used to fine you for not being married after a certain age. Like they would add additional tax fees on there in the state of Missouri. I don't know if it was a gendered thing, but I added the gender for funsies.
You can't be a spinster. You gotta marry.
That's basically it. They wanted to promote people to marry, so instead of like making it illegal, they just fined you if you were single.
And it's like
they probably did it to men too because they wanted them to have kids and like make the state more prosperous and whatever.
We want you to have sex and we want to know about it.
I think it was targeted at men in general because and if I'm correct, it was at the time of the law, it meant women weren't exactly filing taxes in the state of Missouri, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, they said.
Are
they
you
said, we want you
saying
to have
they
a lot
were
of
property?
Kids.
Right,
Said,
exactly.
Well, we want you to have a lot of kids and property and stuff before everything goes bad once Reagan gets in office.
Okay, we got two more of these. Number 10. In the state of Arkansas, it is illegal to mispronounce the name of the state, Arkansas.
True. 100% true.
It is 100% true.
Because you cannot say Kansas.
You can't say Arkansas. This is not Arkansas.
Oh, speaking of Vine, why is this one? America, explain.
Don't worry, Arkansas. We're in Oklahoma. It's totally legal for us to shit on you. Which, weird fucking behavior to be like, we're the land of the free, but don't mispronounce our state name or else you'll go to jail.
They're signing that law. Talk about a poopy moment.
Oh my god.
Poopy moment.
Anyways, we got one more of these. Are you guys ready? Obviously not.
Yeah. Okay,
it's Joe just not being able to handle a jingle.
Anyways.
So the entire state of Oklahoma with BC Clarks. Okay, number 11.
Very last one, number 11. In the state of Arizona, it is illegal to hunt camels.
I think it's true. I've
heard these weird hunting laws by different states. I don't think it's camels. I think it's false because I think it's sharks.
Yeah, I was like, that's exactly what I was.
Even like
something completely asinine, and I think you're right. I'm going false also.
False?
Yeah, false.
This is actually true.
God damn it.
What? Damn.
So at some point, the United States government was running experiments with camels in the Arizona desert, and after they concluded the experiments, they just let the camels go.
Of course they fucking did.
And so it became illegal to hunt camels in the state of Arizona to preserve the camels that they had there. I don't know if they're still there or not. Who knows?
Also, they were probably full of like chemicals and stuff.
Who knows? I don't know. Maybe they're like fucking, maybe they're skinwalker camels. We never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So at the end of the game, the score is Anthony 3, Joe and Jay 8. Congratulations, you two. You did so good. You got some of them that I didn't expect you to get.
Well, it's because we're pretty fucking badass.
Right.
Poopy moments.
But I think I hear the music coming back on, and it's TikTok by Kesha, because that's relevant, right? Yeah.
Won't stop, make it drop. No, I'm kidding.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. That's what it is.
Platform. Yeah, anyways.
You guys are doing great.
Yeah, I know. But go call our hotline real quick at 405-999-2242 and leave us a voicemail to open any episode with, whether it be the next one, the one after that, the one in season 7 when we finally get a voicemail. I don't know.
And Beardos, we've got a ton of videos saved to show Anthony when this is over, so we've got to go. If you'd like to help us out, go and subscribe to our podcast so you can get a reminder every Sunday when we release a new episode. We also post frequent updates to all of our socials that I'm sure Jay will recite perfectly here in a moment. So you can be sure to keep up with anything that we add to the market.
And don't forget to rate us 5 stars and leave a review. Those reviews are what get us found by more people like you. Also, if just each one of you could tell a friend about the podcast, that would double our growth potentially. And we would appreciate it. And Jesus Christ, Joe. And we'd appreciate it.
Actually, we need you to keep telling your friends to compensate for the listeners that we just keep losing.
It's the hot takes. It's all the hot takes.
I know. Anyways, you can check us out on our socials, which BLUESKY is our new social. And as of now, we still have like the Instagram, the Facebook, the TikToks, Threads. I don't know what we'll have because everyone's protesting Meta and shit like that. So I don't know. Surely we'll have something. I think we even have a LinkedIn now and a Tumblr.
A LinkedIn?
I'm
Why do we
fucking
have a
trying.
LinkedIn?
Because we're a business. You can check out our website, beardsandsundries.com, where you can go buy some merch. Also, email us. We want to read stuff from you. Email us at beardsandsundries@gmail.com.
But from the three of us, mostly done scrolling clerks here at the Beards and Sundries Market, make sure to
send me dopamine and love yourself.
Because we already love you, even if you didn't leave us a voicemail.
Yeah,
Bye,
it doesn't matter. We love you. Bye.
Yeah, it's a
Poopy Moments.
We love you anyways.
Poopy Moments.
And I'm like, what?